Live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
Hello everyone, this is Fox 12 Now. I'm Greg Nibbler. As always, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. We are live here from the Fox 12 Oregon newsroom, as we are every weekday, starting around 1 p.m., going throughout the afternoon, covering a wide range of topics. Today, though, we're going to be talking about, well, St. Patrick's Day is coming up on Monday the 17th. It's Friday the 14th, depending on when you're watching this. And we're going to be talking to the Oregon Irish Dance Academy. Not just talking to them, we actually went out there and on top of, finding out about their amazing organization, we talked to some of the dancers, we got a demonstration, and they taught me kind of a jig. I mean, I tried to do it. You will get to watch part of that during this video and learn it at home. That way you can impress your family and friends too by learning the dance, along with me. Clearly, very impressive. But it was really great actually to go talk to them. So it's sisters Victoria and Christina White. They are the co-owners of the Dance Academy. We got to talk to them about how they came up with this, why they started it, and even talk to one of their dancers, Hazel Burke, as well. So it's pretty great what they're doing, and it was very kind of them to tolerate me while I was out there. But let's go ahead and pull this up here, and we're gonna watch this with you right now. All right. Well, thank you to both of you for having us here.
Thank you.
To your studio, and I think to give everybody an idea, just your origin story of how this all started. Could you let us know?
So we both saw a show called Riverdance when we were young kids, really little.
I love that Riverdance is already brought
It's
up
already
right
the
into
first
this.
thing
Okay.
we gotta say.
All right.
Yeah. And so we became quite obsessed. But back in the day, you couldn't really find Irish dancing classes that easy. You couldn't really Google search it, and so it took a couple years until Christina had a classmate at school. What grade were you in?
I was in fourth grade.
Fourth grade.
Her name was Margaret. She joined my class, and she was taking Irish dancing classes. And I said, "Mom, that's the thing." So I followed Margaret to class, and the rest was history.
And then, I followed a couple years after that. And we started at a school that was competitive Irish dancing, which is really big and popular as well. And so we did that for a long time. But then we started teaching Irish dance after high school. We were about 18 years old. And we found very quickly a passion for non-competitive Irish dancing that we didn't think that we would have. We got jobs here at the children's gym coaching gymnastics. And they had a little dance program that needed some teachers to sub really quick. But the only thing we knew how to teach was Irish dancing. So we offered that, and they said absolutely. And it became really popular. The kids really liked it. And so we started to craft a non-competitive Irish dancing program, just like the children's gym does non-competitive gymnastics. And over the years it grew and grew. And then in 2017, we created Oregon Irish Dance Academy.
Wow.
I've been going ever since.
So what is it about Irish dancing that drew you to it so much?
For me, I think the music, the speed, the jumping, the athleticism, it's very energetic. It's very peppy.
Yeah, same thing. It's the music and how it works with the dancing and the jumping, especially when you're young. You just want to jump.
Yeah. So when you're teaching, what do you think is one of the biggest things for people to know and understand about Irish dancing?
Ooh, I love to say that Irish dancing is for everyone. It doesn't have to be that you're a certain age or that you have a certain athletic ability or a certain way of learning. There's a lot you can do with it, and you can take it wherever you'd like.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, where have you taken it? What's some of the different ways that you have incorporated
Well,
this?
so we've tried to craft a full curriculum here that guides dancers through their learning process, right? So each dancer can learn at their own pace and not feel pressured to move at the same pace as their classmate. And it's created a really great room full of camaraderie every class, because you'll have a bunch of dancers around the same age, but then each person's working on their own thing, and they all support each other through that process, which is really, really nice.
Nice. And let me ask you this: are you two Irish?
Yes,
A little bit.
On our dad's side,
Same with me on my dad's side. But we did not dance at all growing up. So this is going to be a new experience for me. And how many students do you have here at the class?
Just over 100 at this location, yeah. And then some of them take twice a week as well, because they do our performance team classes specifically, where they prep for performances, which they'll be very busy this weekend, obviously. Yeah. With St. Patrick's Day coming up. So it's great, it's wonderful. It's all week long.
Yeah, we're always busy.
That's amazing. Well, and talking about that, with St. Patrick's Day, obviously, I'm going to guess pretty busy time of year for you guys. So what is it that you're all going to be doing for this?
Where do we start? On Friday, there's an awesome Celtic music band called the Gothard Sisters. It's three sisters that are from
I've heard of them.
up in Washington. Oh,
Yes.
lovely. We actually met them as young kids through Irish dancing.
Oh, nice.
And we're the same age as a couple of the sisters. So it's really wholesome now that they tour around the world performing their music, and they come to Portland. And this is like our 8th year, I think, having dancers join them at their concert. So Friday evening, they have a concert in Portland. Saturday, we're performing at St. Agatha Catholic School in Selwood. They have an awesome St. Patrick's Day festival. They They have a parade, booze, vendors, food, kids activities. We'll be performing there twice. On Sunday, there's a local St. Patrick's Day parade, and we've been participating in that for over 10 years, actually before we were Organized Dance
And then
Academy.
on Monday, the All Ireland Cultural Society of Oregon, they're a nonprofit that's been operating for over 80 years, promoting Irish culture here locally, and that's our big event we look forward to every year. It's a huge family-friendly St. Patrick's Day celebration. So they've got food, they've got music, they've got bagpipers, they've got an awesome separate children's area as well, where they show kids Irish instruments, and there's face painting and coloring pages. It's just awesome.
It's fun time.
We used to attend that as kids, and it was our favorite thing to do. And so now it's, again, very full circle
wholesome.
that our dancers get to perform now, and we just look forward to it every year.
That's amazing. So that is a very busy weekend, and that's just one weekend out of the year, yeah. If you could say one thing to somebody who has never danced before, Irish dance, is that the right way to say that?
Yeah.
I was never Irish danced before, what would you say to them to convince them to do it?
It's easier than you think. You can take it's one step at a time. It's one. I know that.
I don't know. I've seen Michael Fowler.
But I remember my first lessons too. Once it's broken down piece by piece, it's a lot easier to start learning it, and then it becomes this amazing, mesmerizing thing to watch.
I always say if you can walk, you can Irish dance.
There you go.
All right. I'm trusting you on this. All right, let's do it. What is one of the first things that I should learn?
Okay, so we like to say that Irish dancing has 10 things that make it special. We call them the 10 technical elements. Okay. So I'm going to teach you a couple of those so you can kind of get the idea of where your feet and legs are supposed to go. And then Victoria will show you one of the movements themselves. We'll put it together. Okay. So first, Irish dancers turn out their legs. So you want your heels together, your toes out, and your whole leg is twisting from the hip.
Okay.
It's kind of similar to ballet, if anybody's done that before. And then we're almost always on our tiptoes as well, with pretty straight legs most of the time. So try balancing that. You want to press all 10 toes down evenly on the floor. Don't let it wobble one direction or the other.
Got to work out the calves. Okay.
Definitely can work out. Okay, so go back down. That's
Okay.
Get the idea. So then we always crisscross our legs as well. So try moving one foot in front so that your toe and heel touch. Again, similar to ballet. And then put that back so you can do the other foot the same way. So put that back and I'll try this one. Because we do a lot with one side and a lot with the other. Good, okay? And then sometimes we do our arms this way. So try fingers together, hands on your hips. That's one direction. You see that in Riverdance a lot.
Yes.
But then the one that's more common is straight arms. So you want your shoulders back, so you're very confident. Your arm is straight. You make a fist with your hand, thumb in front, and then glue that to your side so there's no space. Very
Okay.
nice. Good. And then just try jumping like that. See if you can maintain the arms.
Okay.
That's the basics.
All right.
Okay, so now we're going to teach you a movement. Victoria's going to teach you a basic movement.
Okay.
So keep all that.
Okay.
Any of that.
All right.
stuff, okay?
Don't move.
We're gonna
All right.
take your right foot and we're just gonna point, kind of tapping it on the ground.
Okay.
Excellent. Next, you're gonna kick that foot up to your bum. So we were going point, and then it's gonna kick your bum and land behind you in that crisscross shape. Yeah.
Okay.
Now this foot gets to do the same movement. Point, kick the bum and behind. Nice. Start with one foot. Point, kick back. Nice. Those are the words. Point, kick back. Excellent. Okay. Greg, I think you're getting it already. So we have to make it harder. We have to add something else.
Let's do that. Let's make it harder.
We're going to start with point.
Okay.
This time when we kick, we're actually going to do a skip that kicks all the way up to our bum with a bounce. Skip. And then back. Excellent. Let's try that on this side. Point. Skip. Back. Fantastic. I think he's doing really well. So I think we need to add the last part. Okay.
I think he's going to fall over.
More bouncing.
Okay.
That's not all the bouncing. When we're pointing, there's some bounces in between. And the very first thing you do is actually going to be bouncing. So you're going to go hop, point. Exactly.
Okay.
Hop, point, then skip back. Skip back. That was totally it. Let's try it again. Hop, point. Hop, point, skip back. That was perfect. That was fantastic. I love that.
I'm gonna be a hit. All right. So what would you call that?
We'd call that a point, skip back.
Point, skip back.
Yeah,
Okay.
quite often.
Very literal.
Usually the name is quite literal to what you're doing.
All right. So point, skip back, and this is something that anybody can do.
Yep.
And then you can say that I'm Irish dancing.
That's Irish dancing.
Okay. All right. So should we all do it?
Try it one more time. Should we add a little posture to it?
Oh yes.
You're doing
Wait.
so well?
So do this? Is it stiff arm or this one?
Up to you if you have a preference.
I
Both
don't.
are
I
great.
have no preference. I don't know what I'm doing.
Let's go with this one. Let's go start with hop point. Skip back. Yeah, and one more. Hop point, skip back. Fantastic.
Ta-da! All right, basically I feel like I'm river dancing right now.
Now, usually, after you practice that a bunch, it's going to get much faster. Do you think, would you like to watch?
I think I'd like to see a
like to see the
demonstration
dancers
of
do
what it
some?
should look like.
A little faster, ready?
It's like 8 of them.
7, 8.
Hazel, thanks for having us out here, to check this all out. So tell me, how long have you been Irish dancing?
I've been doing Irish dance for almost 11 years now,
Wow.
since I was 6, and now I'm 16, almost 17, so.
Wow,
Yeah.
and so what is it that you like about it so much?
I don't know, it's a really fun community, and the dancing itself is great. I've met a lot of my best friends through the program.
Yeah, talking about that community aspect. So, I mean, you all kind of bond over this Irish dancing?
Yeah, no, I've been on the team for, I think, almost 8 years now, I'm pretty sure. And my best friends on the team have also been on the whole time. So we've been friends since we were like 8 or 9 years old. And so it's just, it's a bonding thing. We just spent so much time together that we have a lot of like shared memories, and it's just really fun.
Is there a dream place you would like to perform?
I don't know. I mean, I like all the things that we've done. We did a Blazers game this year.
Nice.
And that was a lot of fun. Just very different from what we've done in the past.
That's cool.
So it was fun. It was different.
That's a lot of people watching.
Yeah, it was a pre-show, so it wasn't too much pressure, but it was definitely different, and it was fun.
When you're performing, at something like a Blazer game or something like that, there's a lot of people watching, a lot of eyes. Do you get nervous? Do you center yourself? How do you do that?
I mean, since I've been doing it for so long, I feel like I don't necessarily get super nervous because it's just sort of, I think my brain goes into autopilot a little bit.
Yeah.
And we practice everything so much that in theory, it's all there. And when the music turns on, everything just sort of
And you've been doing it so
goes.
long, it's just part of you?
It's just kind of part, I'm just used to it at this point. I'm I don't know,
Yeah.
definitely when the format changes a little bit, like the Blazers game, that was different and a little bit more stressful, but it feels very similar once you get going.
What would you say to someone to encourage them to try Irish dancing if they've never done it before?
I mean, I feel like it's a unique experience, and it's something really cool. I mean, you can say you've done Irish dance. Not a lot of people can say that, especially in this part of the world. It's much more common, especially on the East Coast and obviously in Ireland.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a fun, unique thing, and I think it's definitely worth trying if you like other kinds of dance, but you've never tried Irish, because it is a little different, but it has some of the same vibes. A lot of the some of the technique is similar, so it crosses over a little bit, but it is very different, which is fun.
Right, it's unique, it's fun, and obviously you love it.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, all right. Well, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Huge thank you to everybody out there for having us out to the Oregon Irish Dance Academy, and that was my dancing debut on camera, so I'm really glad that everybody got to join and enjoy that with me. Also, huge thanks to Ann for editing this one and shooting it for us, and to everybody who's watching. This is Fox 12 Now. This is our live streaming show here from Fox 12 Oregon. If it's your first time watching, thank you for doing so. We've got plenty of things for you to watch on the Fox 12 Oregon app, so download that for whatever device you have or whatever platform you're watching on. You can find it there. We've got plenty more coming up here this afternoon. If you're watching live here on Friday, March 14th, coming up at 1:30 p.m., we're going to be talking to Amanda Beard, 7-time Olympic medalist in swimming. She's going to be in town, so we'll talk to her about what that's all about. We've got the Fox 12 Weather Podcast. We've got a cocktail coming up, and if there's breaking news, we'll have that also right here on Fox 12 Now. So I'll talk to you soon. Again, I'm going to say it again. I'm Greg Nibbler. This is Fox 12 Now.